So there are two options. If you have a ticket booked through one of the official clubs, then you can actually get, there are official travel providers who I won't say their names, but presumably you can find them on the websites, and they're doing flights out and back on the same day at, it's an expensive price, but it's not as expensive as I've seen elsewhere. So if you have a ticket, you could look at that option. If you go to the club website, they will have a link to these. But beyond that, Spain is brilliant because it has such great train connections everywhere. So you could fly to places like Zaragoza, Valencia, Seville, basically anywhere in Spain. Malaga is a really popular route from the UK, so there's loads of competition, and it's not that difficult to get trains to Madrid from any of these
Ah, I see
places.
what you mean. Because when you think of the train, you just tend to think of train all the way,
Yeah.
from the UK and then, go on the Eurostar or whatever. And then, but actually you're saying get anywhere in Spain and then get yourself to Madrid.
Yes, although do check because some of the trains are a lot slower than others. So, if you have a choice, you're going to want to go for one such as Valencia or Zaragoza, which is about 90 minutes away. But, anywhere within Spain, you're probably going to be able to get to Madrid with a reasonably priced train. However, the date is tricky. So if you're trying to get there only on game day, you might find that train tickets have sold out that day. So you might need to go the day before.
Yeah, we talked as well briefly there about problems that there've been in the past with, well, not always scammers, just things that go wrong and you might have booked something, it might not be there at the end of the day. And sometimes there are people who capitalise on events like this and they throw up websites that look official and you're paying your money off to nowhere. How do you guard against that?
Yeah, so this is an increasing problem in sports tourism because there is this panic about it. So suddenly these things happen and all the scammers create their websites. They lure people in saying, oh, we can get you there. And it might not even look that much cheaper. So people try to follow, though, if it's too good to be true, it probably is rule. But the scammers are also onto that. So they're not always offering cheap deals. So they might look legitimate. The key thing is always pay with a credit card if you can, or if you don't have a credit card, then a debit card. Never, ever pay by bank transfer, because if you pay by credit or debit card, you do at least have some protection so that should that holiday disappear, if you have evidence that you booked it, then you should be able to get your money back, even though obviously you would still be losing the trip. That would at least be some compensation.
And it's probably worth, we're going to talk about Baku after 5:30, but Madrid seems relatively simple in
Yes.
comparison. Baku is an awful lot more difficult to get to.
Yes, Baku is a bit more complicated. There are direct flights, but they've already sold out for the week. They sold out actually before this even happened, a few weeks ago. Azerbaijan Airlines is talking about adding in more flights, but Azerbaijan Airlines is it's not expensive, but it's not a budget airline. So their tickets are never really going to be at your Ryanair and EasyJet prices anyway. So the best plan, I would say, for anybody who wants to go to Azerbaijan is to book your tickets now with the layovers if you need to, or you could potentially fly to Tbilisi, which is in Georgia, and there's an 18-hour overnight train from there, but there are cheaper flights to Tbilisi, and there are still some available. So I would say those are really the only sort of viable options. So your layover flights, if you just go into Skyscanner, Kayak, Google Flights, lots of those search websites, and you put in the destination, they'll give you a raft of different options, but they aren't cheap.